US presidential hopeful Donald Trump has called for a temporary ban on all Muslims, including tourists, from entering the country. It comes just a week after 14 people were shot dead in Southern California by a couple, including one shooter who pledged allegiance to Daesh.
Donald J. Trump is calling for a total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States until our country's representatives can figure out what the hell is going on. We have no choice. We have no choice.
Well, unlike the crowd there, his comments have been greeted with almost universal criticism, including from his fellow Republican presidential candidates. Former frontrunner Jeb Bush called Mr. Trump unhinged. Senator Marco Rubio accused Mr. Trump of habitually making offensive and outlandish statements. And Ohio Governor John CAIR summed it up as just more of the outrageous divisiveness that characterises his every breath. Well, Nihad Awad is the National Executive Director of the Council on American Islamic Relations, and he joins us now. Nihad, thank you so much for your time. We've just heard some very scathing comments in reaction to Mr. Trump's comments. What are your thoughts on the presidential hopefuls?
My thoughts are all like Americans. We were outraged to hear his inflammatory statement causing division in America, and he sounded like very unpresidential and scary. I know that Donald Trump has been entertaining in the past few weeks, but he's becoming scary because he's trashing the United States Constitution. He's trashing the history of America being an open home to all immigrants from all over the world, as long as they abide by the U.S. laws and U.S. Constitution. So yes, we are outraged by his inflammatory rhetoric because it's really endangering the lives of millions of American Muslims at home.
Nihad, Donald Trump is leading the Republican candidacy by more than 20%, so presumably there is a lot of support for his opinions and values. So do you think it is a case of him simply saying out loud what many Americans are thinking or wanting?
Well, we know that he is a good salesman, but he's not a good politician. And it's unbefitting for someone who wants to assume the highest office of the land to divide Americans. I know that he's speaking to an angry crowd, a fearful crowd, who are concerned about their safety and security, and that's understandable. But the majority of the American people will reject his call to divide America and to block Muslims from coming to the United States because this is, again, it's un-American and unconstitutional. So while he's appealing to the fear of the few in America, I'm just very assured that the general public will reject his call to block Muslim Americans just because they are Muslim. This is not who we are as Americans, and it is going to give America a bad name around the world.
Nihad Awad, thank you so much for joining us with your insight this evening.